start this off. So this is docket 5 UR 110, the joint application of Wisconsin Electric Power Company and Wisconsin Gas for authority to adjust electric, natural gas, and steam rates. At least that's what the docket title says. For the reopener case, we're only dealing with electric and natural gas rates. My name is Michael Newmark, Administrative Law Judge for the PSC. We're here at the Clinton Rose Senior Center as well as Zoom. We're taking public comments here for the public hearing session. We've done a similar session here at 2 p.m., which we received quite a number of comments, and so we appreciate that. We also took the evidence from parties and commission staff last Wednesday at another hearing. And we are still taking public comments in writing. So if you don't give a public comment here today, we'll still accept written comments up until Monday, October 16th. And then you can file those on the commission's website or by US mail. Right now we have 49 comments in writing on the commission's website, just so you know. So basic process for the public hearing is pretty simple. We will just be taking your comments. If you're in the room here, you want to fill out an appearance slip and check the Speak Now box. Everything's a button nowadays, right? Check the Speak Now box, then I'll get the slip. And once I get the slip, it'll be in this pile, and I'll just call names as I get them. So we also have a few people on Zoom. So we're taking comments on both systems here. We'll just bounce back and forth, split those up. And our basic process is we just want to get your opinion on the case. So I'm going to call your name, swear you in, and then have you give your comment. So it's all pretty simple. Just try to make it easy and customer friendly here. But the one big ground rule is just to speak slowly and clearly because our court reporter is transcribing what you say, and that'll be the comment that the commissioners read when they're making their decision. So the transcript of the hearing will be part of the record in the case, and that'll include, as well as this session's transcript, all the other hearing transcripts we've done so far this year, and all the documents we've entered into the record from parties and commission staff. So the commission reviews all of that documentation, makes a decision in open meeting, and then a written order is issued later. It's emailed to the service list, which is the utility and the parties in the case. They'll receive a copy, and the order is also posted on the commission's website. So we do have Commissioner Huebner in attendance here, so I wanted to welcome him. He'll be witnessing your comments live. But with that, I believe we can get started. I'm going to take one person on Zoom first because they kind of were here way early. So we have Sai and Mama is your screen name. So we're going to have you turn on your camera and microphone and have you get started. So if you're there, let me know.
Camera is not coming on. There we go. Okay.
Just hold on a second. I'm going to just do a little bit of adjustment to your. There we go. So do you have a background on?
I do. Let me see.
Popping in and out of there.
Back. Okay, let's see. Are you there? No,
oh yeah, you got.
Okay. Let's see where we both are. No. Okay. Let me see. I gotta put. Go through the backgrounds. Okay. So, can you just speak your name? Your name. There. Okay. There. She's in. I don't know if you're seeing her ghost in and ghost out.
Yeah. Can you see the background altogether? Because then they won't be fading it.
She's in a position we don't want to show on camera.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to show her. Okay, so
okay.
Will she be commenting too?
There's right there. I think you can see her now for a moment.
That's good enough. So who's going to be
Okay.
making the comment?
Okay, I will be making the comment, Cy Smith, and this is Betty, and
Okay.
I affirm that from what I hear,
So
I probably
let me get
mhm.
started. Before we get started, let me just go through the details here. First, I just want to get your full name, please, because we don't have that yet.
Cy Smith.
Things are happening this week.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Cy Smith.
So S-Y and then Smith?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. And then, so let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. Can you see
Okay.
me? No,
I can not
There we go. There
now
we
that
go.
wait a
That's
minute.
better.
I
There
have
I
to
am.
I have to reduce it again.
Okay.
I can't see you, but I just have to affirm instead of swear.
No, that's fine. I can give you the
Okay.
choice. So that's
Okay.
All right, so raise your right hand
Okay.
and you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I affirm to tell the truth.
Okay, perfect. So, so just say your name and give us your comment, please.
I wanted to hear the presentation first.
Oh, well, we don't have a presentation first, so we're just collecting the comments.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, our comments are in opposition to the rate increase. Because this would be the second rate increase in 2 years. Also the fact that we have a electric attachment to the streetlights that we have that are also part of that, and the raising the cost of the electric will also affect our natural gas prices, even though it doesn't seem like it will, but it will, because our gas depends upon that. And then also the fact that We Energies has been having significant rates of return for the last few years. So, and it will unduly affect those of us who not only pay bills, but those who also receive assistance, and the fact of higher rental rates and higher gas rates. And therefore, it will unduly place everyone in a position of undue hardship as the inflation and everything rises. So currently we are not in agreement of raising the rates.
Okay.
You're not in agreement of raise rates, or you're in agreement of raising electric rates or bills for We Energy?
You ain't sounding
So,
right.
go off the record
Okay.
for a minute. So
Yeah.
did she want to make a comment too?
Generally, we've talked about it, and when I speak, I speak for both of us.
Okay.
But yeah, she's a senior. And then for her to have the bills also would be an undue burden on her as a senior.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate getting the comment. Okay, so we're going to turn to a few comments in the room.
Okay.
And we'll change our view here. This works perfectly in the afternoon. Just so you know, something's going on. Okay, well, we'll just soldier on. Okay, well, let's call some people in the room. So we have Robert Penner. There you go. Have a seat here. I'll swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm? Tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Surely do.
All right. Name and comment, please.
My name is Robert Penner. I am a representative of the Milwaukee Autonomous Tenants Union, here selected as our delegate to represent the interests of our nearly 700 members in the city. I'm here to speak out against the energy increase. I've been to, this is the second one of these hearings. This is the second rate increase from We Energies. Been to a sales tax hearing for the county and for the city. And I've worked with countless tenants this past year against rent increases that have increased rent from 10 to nearly 70% on their rents. So I'm here to not only speak out against the rate increase, but generally speak out against any increases that are passed on to the people of Milwaukee by undemocratic and corrupt institutions that are managing our city and managing our wealth. I want to use a little bit of an adage here to see if I can explain these things a little bit better. Milwaukee's base of humans is like a well. The working class creates value through their labor, and it goes into this large pool of our whole city. Now, you can only go back to the same well so many times and with so many buckets before it's going to be dried out. And Milwaukee is a post-industrial Midwest city with a shrinking population, shrinking tax base, increasing poverty. You know, I want We Energies and the PSC to think about the fact that you can really only squeeze so much wealth out of people before it is going to turn around, right? You can only take so much away from people until they're totally spent, they're totally dried out. And then what you have is you have an extremely dissatisfied population that refuses to go on living the way that they are currently living. And they will take matters into their own hands. So I really would encourage the people at We Energies and the PSC to think about these kinds of things, because it is very serious, and we take it seriously. The people of Milwaukee take it seriously, right? We were at packed hearings earlier in the year for the other increase. We were at packed hearings for the sales tax increase. I see you guys really did your due diligence advertising this one. Turnout looks great. But I think this is all to say that we don't accept any rate hikes as legitimate. We don't accept the PSC as a legitimate decision-making institution. And we strongly believe that We Energies should not be a private corporation, but it should instead be in the hands of the people. We Energies should be seized, which is a legal process that can be gone through. And it should be handed over to the municipality to be managed democratically, for the rates to be decided democratically based on all of the information, which we're not privy to as the public. We just kind of come to these comment sessions, which is procedural, right? I'm sure the decision has already been made. Let's be real about that. They already know what the decision is. And I think we all here in the audience know that decision as well. So this is just procedural. We want actual democracy. We want the literal power in our hands, the quite literal power to be part of what we decide. And we want to be able to see, the full reality of things and to make decisions about the rates, not some CEO, not some undemocratic appointed board. We want to make the decisions. And if, you're going to do these types of rates, we're going to be in the position to make the decisions a lot more quickly. So thank you for your time.
All right, thanks very much. Okay. So we'll take one more person in-house here. Patricia Smutnik, pronouncing that right?
Mr. Newmark, I'm sorry, may I just add that we're also representatives of 5 Points Neighborhood, and I'm on the senior board. So I would echo the gentleman's comments who just spoke for the seniors. And that's about 300 seniors that I would be representing.
Okay, well, thanks for mentioning that, but we're moving on to another comment right now. So
yes, that's all. I have no more comments. I just wanted to add that.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to swear you in. So raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm? Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes,
And give us your name and your comment.
my name is Patricia Sunday, and I'm not really interested in addressing the PSC because
Oh,
They're
ma'am,
basically-
ma'am, hey, please sit. We want to get your,
they
Comment.
basically support are in the pockets of We Energies. What we have is ratepayer theft. They are stealing our money. We need to either sue for unjust compensation of We Energy's upper management. We need to get together all the different groups who are interested, sign up to work together, to meet, to organize, and do something about this. We can start a utility in Milwaukee. We can start our own utility. There are groups that will help us do it. What we need to do is ignore the PSC, ignore We Energies. These meetings are a sham. They mean nothing. They're just here to appease us. So if you want to make sure that they're not stealing our dollars anymore, we need to organize. Okay, that's all I have to say.
No, thanks very much. Okay. So Carolyn, not gonna be able to see this very well. Is it Stevens? Yeah, Carolyn Stevens. Try out Stevens, see how that goes. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. Please give us your name and your comment and just speak right into the microphone.
My name is Carolyn Stevens, and I would like to, I would hope that the PSC would take into consideration what this rate hike will do to people.
I'm sorry. Stop a second. Please don't speak because we need to hear what she's saying so everyone can have a chance to comment, okay? She's recording. She has to listen closely and type in every word for word. So you guys can talk outside. No problem there, but can't have talking here because everyone gets a chance to comment. I'm sorry. Do we know where we stop there?
Want me to read it? My name is Carolyn Stevens, and I would hope that the PSC will take into consideration what this rate hike will do to people.
People who are on fixed incomes and the people who are stuck in the middle that don't qualify for any kind of assistance to pay their utility bills. It seems like every group, but those groups, they have some kind of program to assist, and we have nothing. The hike is just passed on to us, and they expect us to pay it. And it's really starting to squeeze people's budgets.
Well, thanks for your comment. So off the record, I just wanted to add, we do have a customer representative from the Public Service Commission in the conference room in case you have questions about your bill or want to ask specific questions about your individual service that you've been experiencing. Brad in the conference room, he can help you out with that and listen to those specific problems, just in case you want to get some more detailed help on your bill or any kind of customer issues you might be having. But so he's in the conference room and the other, as you came in, you passed by that room. So just want to mention that. Let's take another person online. How about Jennifer Wukovitz? Are you there? Can't see her. Let's get this set up here. Okay, I'm going to get you to unmute.
Hi.
Perfect, great. So let me swear you in. Raise your right hand.
This is actually her mother. I'm just using her Zoom.
Okay, that's fine. So what I'll do is, you do want to comment, right? So we can
Oh,
start.
definitely.
Okay, all right. So go ahead and raise your right hand. I'll swear you in. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, so when you state your name, just spell it for us too, so we can have that in the record.
Donna Peterson, Petersen.
All right, go ahead.
I oppose it. I saw this hearing on the internet as I was at work. And it's just getting too much to have to pay all this on a monthly basis. when the company is making so much money? And why can't they just take less profit and help us? And that's my major gripe. Why should we be taxed with this burden when they are making such record profits? It just doesn't make sense. That's all I got.
All right, well, thanks very much.
Sure.
Okay, how about Jessica D? I see you have a screen name there. Would you like to comment?
Sure.
Jessica, is that you? Can you turn your
Yeah.
screen?
You hear me?
There you go. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it's really. So your screen's on, but it's really dark.
Sorry. I unfortunately can't get much better right now.
Okay. All right. We'll run with this. So I'm going to swear you in, and then give us your full name and spell it for us, please. Okay. So raise your right hand. Do you
Okay.
swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. So name and spell it, please.
Jessica Doss, DOSS.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I disagree with the rate hike, and what it seems like We Energies is asking for the reason for the rate hike. I thought they recently got extra money for this due to the last infrastructure bill. So I'm not sure why they're asking for more money from us. So that's partly why I'm irritated, because we're all facing all these incredible increases for everything else that we're already paying. Out in Waukesha, we just got a hike in our water bill too. So we don't need this on top of everything else.
Okay. Is that anything else?
No, that's everything.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. So we're going to move to people in the room. So we'll call, looks like Chelsea Valentine. Saying that right?
Is it Valentine?
Okay. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. State your name and give your comment, please.
My name is Chelsea Valentine. So I'm here from Racine, but I'm speaking on behalf of I'm here in support for the Northside Rising group and the work that they do for the people, especially the people of color who are especially impacted by the economic pains of racism and climatic injustices in Milwaukee neighborhoods. And I came up to lift up the voices of climate change professionals who have been warning about how the disparities in income and resources, including housing, clean air, water, and healthcare, will be amplified by climate change. With the minimum wage still in the unfathomable $7 range, paying more than 2.1% of your income on energy is wrong, and we have to cap some of the income-based payment options to make sure that people are not spending more than that on their energy bills. And as I was Googling around and researching more about this before I came in today, I saw that not only did we raise the rates on energy earlier this year, one time, but we raised the rates 11.3%, is that right? I also found that at the end of 2022, the Public Service Commission, who is hosting us today, lowered the return on equity, which is the profit margin for We Energies, from 10.2% to 9.8%. And then in May, they raised the rates of the customers 11.3%. So they gave themselves a pay cut so that they could give that raise to have us pay them more. So they still ended up giving themselves a pay raise. We don't get to see what they spend that money on. We do see, because even though they are publicly traded, they have no transparency, and they have made the laws so that they don't have to be explicit with how they are spending our money. But we do know that they are not spending enough on renewable energies. They claim that new renewable energy projects are within the last 15 years, and only 6% of our energy mix comes from renewables. This is from the We Energies website, saying that 6% of our energy mix comes from renewables. Nationally, that number is 13%, so we're not even halfway there to the national level, but as we can know from climate change research, 13% is nothing when we are trying to get to net zero by 2050, which is an arbitrary number. So if we're only at 6% mix, what are they spending all of this money on? If they are getting these raises and they're making sure that their profits stay around 10%, why are they not investing more in clean energy? And then instead, they're letting climate change get out of control. They're contributing. Utility companies are the contributors of climate change. And they are charging us to pay to contribute to our own demise. And we have already seen that the disparities here are hurting people more because of climate change. So people who are ending up paying a lot of money and burdened not only by these bills, they are also burdened by the healthcare or the health consequences of suffering from climate change. And I don't know too many details about the Milwaukee area, but I do know that there has been a lot of racial disparity here. I believe Malcolm X is from here. And it just seems that there is constant issues, and this is a chance for us post-pandemic to have like the Black Plague post-Enlightenment era. We could have an enlightenment and do this right this time. And I agree that we should go public utilities. We can make We Energies a public utility by taking it on ourselves. And I just met someone tonight who's talking about the power to the people movement. So if you got a chance, just look up Power to the People Milwaukee, MKE, and you can see right there, sign a petition, get it on the ballot, and let the people actually vote for it. Because like was already stated, this is an agency that's, this is supposed to be regulatory, but We Energies regulates themselves. So that's all I have to say on that. I think that they have already moved their raises onto the ratepayers, and I don't think that's right when we don't get a say, and our money is going to literally killing us. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much. Okay, we turn to another Zoom contestant here, David Bush. You see you there?
Yes, hello.
Okay, did you want to make a comment?
Just briefly, I just hope that the
Hang on, just first we're going to swear you in.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Okay, so raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, and that's Bush, B-U-S-C-H?
Like the beer.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to comment that I'm the chairperson for the Voice of the Poor in the Milwaukee Archdiocese. We're a committee of the St. Vincent de Paul Society, and the St. Vincent de Paul Society's mission is to serve the poor. And we do this by visiting the poor right where they live. We meet with them in their homes, and we learn about the problems that are affecting their everyday life. And so we're able to kind of gain a great firsthand knowledge about what they face and how the rate effect might affect them. So we were happy to see at the last rate increase that the Public Service Commission made an allowance for special rate policy for people that are at the poverty level income. So that program, however, has not been put in place yet, and we're still waiting to see details on that, of what that allowance might be. And so I would hope that any new rate increase would not go into effect until we find out what sort of help there is for people with low incomes. And that's all I wanted to get on the record.
Okay, well, thanks very much. Okay, Michael Lopez, another online commenter. Did you wish to make a comment? You'll need to unmute.
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. And do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so state and spell your name.
It's Michael Lopez, Michael, last name Lopez.
Okay, I see that. Okay. All right, go ahead.
So I'm coming onto this because I saw that it was an open forum and you were taking comments from citizens and consumers. I really have a problem. I really oppose this because, you know, having that 11% increase all at once was a really hard pill to swallow for myself and many others. I'm sure I've talked to plenty of friends, colleagues, coworkers, and everybody realized how much that hit. And I mean, just to put it into perspective, my bill, I think in March of this year was the same as like dead winter of the year before. So and I don't know exactly how much, can you answer me how much this new proposal or rate would be in percentage?
Well, there's a variety of different proposals. It's like, I think about a 4% for residential rate payers and electric.
Okay, so I don't know about everybody else or anybody that works, you know, with We Energies, but I don't know when the last time I got a 15% increase in pay. So it's really hard to go with it. I mean, I understand there might be good notions behind, you know, the increase and what they're trying to do, but right now, I mean, I don't think I can personally afford another increase. I'm barely, you know, I'm rubbing two pennies together to get a nickel trying to pay for, you know, everything that's going on. So I just feel like I don't feel this is a good option at this point because people are still struggling to get back into life and family and everything else. I mean, including everybody worrying about the the expiring pause on student loan repayment. So that's a big factor too. That's all I got to say. I just wanted to kind of put that out there as far as, you know, it's a big concern for me as a consumer and a citizen. So.
Okay, well, I appreciate your comment.
Thank you.
So we'll turn to the hearing room. We have Victoria Gillette, or Gillette. Correct me. Hi.
You're right, the second time.
Okay, I remember that from last year. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm? Tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, state your name and give your comment.
Victoria Gillet.
You need to be closer.
A little tall for this, I think. So my name is Victoria Gillet. I'm a primary care physician here in downtown Milwaukee, and it is my privilege to take care of every patient who walks through my clinic doors. The majority of my patients come from neighborhoods with high energy burden, and that matters because I know that most of my patients' health is determined in their community long before they step foot in my office. And I also know that if my patients don't live in healthy environments, they themselves will never be healthy, no matter how many specialists they see or medicines I prescribe. That means that during the day, I work one-on-one with my patients to manage their diabetes, their asthma, and their other medical conditions. In the evenings and on weekends, I fight for healthy communities for those people to live. We Energies has an astonishing impact on my patients' health. They have coal plants burning just 20 miles from here, leaching cancer and asthma causing toxins into the air that they refuse to close. They're doubling down on burning methane gas that hastens climate change, which is literally the greatest threat to human health our world has ever known. And this public utility wants more of our money to continue these practices that are so damaging to our public health. And these price increases will cause even more problems for our community's health. Higher energy burden is associated with so many diseases, and I see that impact regularly. I have a patient who's blind and on dialysis and whose home is so poorly insulated that she has to leave her oven running for heat in the winter. She should have better windows, not a higher gas bill. And another patient has such severe COPD that in the heat of summer, he can barely breathe.
Sorry, if you could slow down. And another
Sure.
patient.
Has such severe COPD that in the heat of summer, he can barely breathe. He can't afford air conditioning, so instead he closes his blinds and sits unmoving in a dark room for almost the entire day. He should get an energy efficient heat pump, not a higher electricity bill. At a time when other utilities are moving toward renewable energy and beneficial electrification, We Energy seems determined to drag our health backward. The reason I said that so fast, I said literally all of those words last year. Exactly, like this time, it was cool, it was in a community center, it was in Milwaukee. What's different? We Energy's got an 11-ish% rate increase for us. They asked for another rate increase so that we continue to pay them more money. And then we, the people who are paying these rates, started paying the higher rates, and we're told that we had to wait longer before any other kind of income or low income assistance program became available. They got their money. We were told we had to keep sitting and wait for a time when we were allowed to afford what we do. The other thing that is different this year from last year, that patient who's on dialysis or was on dialysis is dead. He died in his apartment. We are real people that are suffering. And these are sort of theoretical profits and profit margins. And this is not fair. We literally die while we wait for corporations and public services commissions to do the right thing. So please, you guys just stop spinning your wheels and start doing things that actually help us. Get a PIP, have it be really tight. We're at something like 2.1%. That would be amazing. And don't allow any more rate increases until that happens. Protect us and stop protecting shareholders. That's all.
Thanks. So Ted Craig, are you here?
Ted is out for today.
Okay, I don't know why he's came back.
Thanks for doing it again, but
Yeah.
Ted is not coming.
Okay, so it looks like these are the slips from last session. Not yet. The slips from last time, people who weren't here at the end. It looks like they're all together. I'm just gonna read them off now. So it's David Weingrad. No, okay. And Jacqueline Jones. Oh, she was, yeah. You're right. Okay, so Keith Jones. I don't think we got you last time. There you go.
Is the first one Geneva with a G? Geneva Jones?
No, Jacqueline.
Okay.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, name and comment.
I am Keith Jones. I am with the Power to the People campaign. I'm a software developer from New Berlin. So I've been living in the area for a few years now. I get my energy from We Energies. So back in 2021, around August, there was a major storm in the area and my area lost power. It took several days to completely restore power. I was without power for, I think, 3 days. That was 3 days during which I couldn't work remotely. All my food in my fridge and freezer went bad and I had to throw it out. And it was August, it was very hot, 90 degrees or more, and I had no air conditioning. And so I'm wondering, I opposed this rate hike because I don't know where all this money I'm paying for my power is going, but it clearly isn't going towards things that would actually harden and weatherize our power systems and benefit me as a consumer, because it never should have taken that long to get all the power up and running. The storm never should have taken down that many lines. And it is for that reason and many more that I support an earlier mentioned idea that the We Energy should be under the control of the municipality and the public, because we don't need a bunch of shareholders and a bunch of executives skimming a bunch off the top, taking money directly from us that's supposed to be paying for electricity. We need control over the things we need to live, and electricity is one of those things. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Okay, Ramona Curry. Ramona?
Hi.
I'm going to swear you in, so raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Give us your name and comment.
My name is Ramona Curry. I am a Lindsay Heights resident of 05 zip code, right neighboring 06 zip code, which is a very impoverished area, yet we have pockets of people in there that make enough income to survive. And I'm here to speak on the behalf of families, mothers, grandmothers, and women that have very similar stories of having to decide what to pay. Basically robbing Peter to pay Paul to make ends meet. Now, although I'm at a time in my life where I'm okay financially, but I still have daughters and nieces and nephews that are raising their children and on incomes that they can barely thrive off of. And what I mean that is that we have to think about increasing minimum wage and raising the bar with that. And energy burden hurts the people. And as the doctor that came up before me explaining that the illnesses or the diseases that our people are affected by, I can say that stress behind that is the number one cause of causing most of those health concerns. And I'm going to tell you, I'd be transparent, when I was raising my 3 children, that was my number one worry about making sure that the utility would stay on next to paying rent. And just the stress behind that. And when holidays came around, and to decide whether to pay my energy bill, rent, and try to make it seem like to my family, my young children, raising them, that we were not impoverished, but indeed we were. But they didn't know it because I hid behind closed doors to make sure that my children didn't know that I was crying and the stress that it causes people. I have been diagnosed with high blood pressure and diabetes. And those were contributors, the stress that brought it out later in life, which it's under control because I'm able to do that. But there's many people who have to choose between paying for prescription drugs because they don't have insurance that quite qualify them because they're at that cusp of what is considered low income. So what is low income? Is it people of the threshold of making 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20, 30, 40, 50, and especially if you have children in your household that you're raising. So if you have a family of 4, is 50,000 really enough to pay for what they need to pay to sustain and thrive? I don't think so. So I think it goes deeper than that, but I think that the PSC or the people that work, that have the power to assist people, who are impoverished or struggling to pay their bills to ask or warrant or put a stop or a cap to We Energy's lifting. I'm asking that I'm in agreement of that 2.1%. No one should pay more than that, no matter what their income is. Obviously, if you make more income, you're going to be paying higher into that cost. So I'm just asking as a mother, as a grandmother, and as a woman, that you show grace on the community and the people that are utilizing these utility bills. And that's it. Thank you.
So we check our Zoom attendance here. We have Valerie. Did you wish to make a comment?
No, I didn't. I am listening and I oppose everything. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Just going to mark that on your name here. And how about Ann Lynette? Did you wish to comment? Just
hi, good afternoon, evening. I don't have a comment, but I did have a concern.
Okay.
With regards
Well,
to the
okay, so
rate
if you do want to speak, we'll just need to swear you in and have you, well, make a comment, basically. You really know what other way around. So, okay, that sounds fine. So, can you turn on your video?
Let's do that. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure. Yep. Is it on?
I don't think so. I should be able to see you. Oh, there you go. Okay, perfect. Just gonna put you in the spotlight here. Okay, perfect. Yeah. All right, great. So I'll swear you in first. So raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So just give us your full name and spell it for us. You can't see her, but we have a court reporter here who's just transcribing what you say. So we want her to get your name in full.
Okay, well, it's N-E-I-C-I-A McNeely, M-C-N-E-E-L-Y.
Okay.
And I have a concern with the rate increase and the executive compensation that I'm hearing about when it comes to We Energies, and trying to rationalize how when you have a captive market like Southeastern Wisconsin and We Energies, that we have executives making so much money. And that issue isn't addressed first before rate increases or hikes. I think when it comes to having a captive market, which they're allowed by the legislation, we might need to do a little bit more oversight on executive compensation in the interest of fairness and maybe decency as well. And I'm not really hearing a lot of conversation about that with regard to the rate hike that's coming forward and the history of rate hikes that we've had. The other concern I've had is the what seems to be a lack of efficiency in the way We Energies is running their operation. We've heard testimony about the coal plants continuing to be in operation when there are alternatives, and not a lot of attention paid to more economical use or ways of getting energy to this captive market. And I think it may be time for us to rethink having just a sole provider of energy. And I would like to understand PSC's position on that, and what other oversight they're doing to look at other markets that have competitive utilities or utilities that are competing and able to provide the savings to the customers because of that competition, and seeing if that's something that we might benefit from as well in our area. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks very much. So I don't see anyone else online we haven't asked about a comment yet or hasn't made a comment. So we'll move exclusively to the hearing room, and I'll just keep my eye on the participant list for Zoom to see if someone joins us. But in the room here, we have Samantha Dovkas.
You mispronounced my name last year too.
Oh, well, sorry about that. I will try better next year.
How is it? Oh, next year, you assume there's gonna be more rate hikes next year?
I knew you were gonna start with that. Okay, so it's D-O-V-C-A-S.
D-O-U-C-A-S.
Oh, well, that's not all my fault.
Sure.
All right, so Maria, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
We Energy should not exist. I am here with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. We are a socialist party here in Milwaukee, and we firmly believe that energy is a human right and should be a publicly owned utility. This is what the Power to the People campaign, of which we are a member, is striving to do, such that we wouldn't have to worry each year after year after year about We Energy's rate hikes, because We Energies exists to make their own profits. That's what they care about. They don't care about poor people. They don't care about people of color. They're not willing to do a PIP. That's why we're here talking about rate increases and not installing a PIP. And that would, have a reasonable amount capped. They don't care about that. They care about maximizing their profits. So as long as We Energies is a privately held corporation, as long as energy in Wisconsin is privately owned, we will keep doing this, which I am sick of doing, and we will keep experiencing the same thing. I was at a town hall hosted by the Power to the People campaign not 2 weeks ago. And a lady spoke there, and she mentioned that We Energies, about a decade ago, didn't increase rates because they needed to install, more solar panels on people's houses. They needed to invest in clean energy. They increased rates because they weren't making enough profit. I don't know if any of you can remember back to that. But that sort of gives up the ghost. And that was a decade ago. Now they're just coming up with more clever reasons to take more of our money, to take more of our effort. We need to put our effort into getting rid of We Energies. A PIP, actual income-based payment programs, yeah, they would help, but we'd still be here doing the same thing while people are dying, as the doctor mentioned earlier, while we're paying more on top of housing, increased housing costs, on top of increased food costs, on top of increased water costs, and no better service, worse service, as Keith mentioned earlier. We get nothing in return, and We Energies keeps raising our rates. Enough is enough. We need a new system. We need to get rid of private ownership. We need public ownership. We need socialism. No amount of public comment is going to change the fact that We Energies cares only about their bottom line, not people. That's why people need to control energy. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much. Just want to say I have no knowledge about a case coming up next year. I was just kidding around, but no specialized knowledge for me. So let's try Hayden or Harwood. Get that one?
I heard the slip up.
Barely. We got it.
Okay, I was close. All right. You swear in, do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Go ahead.
My name is Hayden Trouble Harwood. I bring only that good trouble. I'm a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation, as well as the Milwaukee Autonomous Tenants Union. I also live about 5 minutes away from here, so I'm not someone coming from outside of Milwaukee to preach about this, but I'm actually, I'm one of the members of the community that is affected by these rate hikes. On top of, the groceries going up, benefits being cut, sales tax increase, the list goes on and on and on. And greedy Me Energies is asking for even more. But what I want to focus more on is the fact that the PSC is listening to them. We have one member of the PSC here, and he's the only member that isn't affiliated with We Energies. The other two members have affiliations with We Energies. And I think that's extremely important for people to remember. So while people are struggling and there's murmurings of the PIP program, you know, here we are again talking about another rate increase before the PIP program has even been put in place. It's a joke, frankly. So right now, I just want to say that I'm talking to the people who came out today to actually, you know, try to see something different happen, who want to see a difference in our community, in our city, in our state. We need to build our power together because the PSC is not going to fight for our interests. We Energies isn't going to fight for our interests. The only ones that can fight for our interests is ourselves. So that's all I got. Thanks, everyone.
Tony Clark.
Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead.
So first of all, I'm shocked that this place is not packed with people who are opposed to any rate increase for We Energies. I live in the 53212 area code, which we are a part of now. And I'm just so very upset by the fact that We Energies just got a rate hike. Now they're asking for another rate hike. So many people have already talked before me about how there's no transparency. How are they spending the money? What are we going to do? I'm thinking about the sales tax increase, both from the county and the city of Milwaukee, and how that's affecting the families that are in this area code and the families that I serve. I am a teacher, and I see my students coming to school for breakfast, for lunch, and praying for a snack. And I see that parents are coming in and they're having to choose between, you know, am I gonna pay my We Energies? Am I gonna pay my rent today? Or am I gonna buy food? That's a real concern. And that's a real concern of mine. You know, I'm a teacher and I chose to become a teacher. I could have done anything else. I could have made a boatload of money being an engineer or whatever else is out there. But I chose this profession. And with that profession comes a certain amount of poverty, unfortunately. But I'm just very, very opposed to this rate hike. And I'm so sick of, you know, We Energies trying to justify why they need this rate hike. You know, come on now. You've already gotten one. You're gonna get another one, right? And right before the winter. You know, it just seems so disingenuous that they're asking for this rate hike at this time, knowing that people that live in Milwaukee County are going to pay an extra 7% in sales tax for anything that we buy. And it's just unbelievable. And I feel like it's so, you know, I feel like we're in, what's the movie where we have Scrooge? I feel like We Energies is Scrooge and we're Timmy Turner. You know, we're all the Timmy Turners of the world. And we're not getting anything for the money that we're investing. And so I really, really am very opposed. I was hoping to have more people from the Public Service Commission and more people in the audience who are really upset by this rate hike, but I'm sure they're at work trying to help make ends meet, you know, working 2-3 jobs. And I just, you know, I feel sorry because I can afford a little bit, but I know that there are so many, and I see it every day, day after day, with my students and with their parents. There's so many others that just cannot afford this rate increase. So I'm hoping that the Public Service Commission does listen to all of the people. I don't represent any organization or anything. I'm here as a citizen, and I just want them to do what's right. Thank you.
Thanks. Here's Janita Jones. That's off the record.
I just wanted to say, to piggyback to what you said, you don't bring this place back because it's actually a national honor. Today is National Indigenous People Day. So nobody who ever planned this never even kept that in mind. So that's another contributing factor, which is not a good thing.
Okay, thanks.
Well, they had to do it as soon as possible so the energies could get their rate hike. You have to get it out of the way.
Okay, so we're gonna get back on the record and call Geneva Jones. Did she oh, there she is. All right. You swear you in, swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
All right, great. So just gonna get that closer to you and give us your name and comment, please.
My name is Geneva Jones, and my name is Geneva Jones, and I'm here representing the Lindsay Heights-led community, Lindsay Heights Near 12, and the North Side Rising was Citizen Action of Wisconsin. I'm against Free Energy receiving any type of rate increase. I hope that you are included with us, urge We Energy to close down their burning coal mines that pollute the very air that we breathe. We and you, the PSC, I hope that you help to end this monopoly, or at least to slow it down. We urge the PSC to disallow We Energy these unreasonable increases when the ax or the fight for the ax is 6.9% as it was before, and they got double, almost double. They got 11% or 10.9%. Where on your job do you ask for 5% and they give you 10%? That's unheard of. It's unreal. And again, that was just a reckless decision to give them double the amount that we were at the table fighting against. We were fighting against the 6.9. You guys gave them the 11%, which we didn't see that coming at all. So why do you think we look at you as a partner but we want to? I would hope that you would ask or urge We Energy to create more discount programs and not increase their repayment programs because they're charging us so much money. The cost of living has gone up. Minimum wage has stood still. Everything is going up, but our money to help survive and keep our families safe. It's ridiculous how we come back to this point year after year saying what we need when We Energy has not agreed or been urged by you, the Public Service Commission, to even close one coal mine. It's burning better, more furious, more fiery than ever. I don't know how to tell you that I could barely breathe. If my neighbor cannot breathe, if one person can't breathe, that affects me because sooner or later, it will be me, one way or another, whether it's my physical ability to breathe or my inability to pay the bills that will help me to feel like I have some relief to breathe. I urge the Public Service Commission to look at the very people that you are like discounting, but increasing the pay to a capitalistic project or business or society. We are And we should be standing together, you and I, Public Service Commission. You are our eyes, supposed to be our ears, and supposed to be a partner. But these people are getting away like a bandit in the night, and they don't even need a gun or mask. Please stop this and help us. And that's all I have to say.
That's all the, oh no, I have Francine Bearden. Francine, there you are.
Hello. I swear you in, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Okay. Probably need to speak up a little bit when you're given the, yeah.
Thank you, Public Service Commission, for hearing me on this evening. I wanted to just say, I know more people would have attended, but they probably were in the same mind frame that I was. And it is, why bother? Because you really don't listen to the people. You really are just holding this meeting as a form of show. And to say that you did this, you heard the comments, however, you're going to do what you want to do. I've had an opportunity to work at We Energies as a contractor, and I worked as an executive assistant. So I got a chance to work for the CIO of the company, and I got a chance to meet some of the senior VPs of the company, and I enjoyed it. Very nice people. They're at the executive level, so then they're not familiar with the common folks like myself. I recently had to step down from my primary job. And my now primary job is my second job that I had. So I'm only working 9 hours per week at a very small rate of pay. I had to ask my manager for my increase of 50 cents, which will give me $4.50 per pay period. And then of course, that'll probably only end up being an extra $3.75 after they take out taxes and everything. You know, so I say pop a bottle of champagne on that. But the thing is, we have to consider where people are. We Energies, I believe, could be one of the better energy companies in the country. However, you show that by being cognizant of what's going on in Milwaukee among all of the people that are saying that they're having real issues at this time. And the real issue is we are not back at the level that we were prior to the pandemic. However, we're still being treated as such. So what you should do and what we would like for you to do is to be respectful of that, understanding. And with that, you're able then to take and say, maybe this is not the best time for us to make the increase, because you get an increase every year. So what time or what happens in that you would be able to say, well, maybe this is not the best time. And if you notice, the population of Wisconsin is decreasing. I was one of those people that had left Wisconsin for a better life because things are just getting to be too expensive. And I met a lot of Wisconsinites where I had previously moved. I only moved back because I had to help take care of a family member. And so with that, like I stated, I did have to take and leave my primary job to be able to care for that person. Everyone may not be in the same position that I'm in, but I'm only getting a 50-cent increase in my pay for 9 hours. Thank God I got an extra 2 hours today, so 11 hours. But I have to think about contributing to a household where I've just lost my primary income and was not even sure if I was going to be hired onto that company permanently. There's a lot that's going on that's being missed.
And I think with the intelligent people that sit high up at the company, and then also the people on the Public Service Commission, that they should be able to have insight and understand that we have to address the needs of the people and be able to help them and show them that we're concerned about where they are. Thank you so much.
One more parent slip here, so in case there's anyone else who wishes to speak, fill out a slip and have it set up here. And yes, so Anita Winston. Yeah. Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I swear.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Anita Winston. I'm a 69-year-old. Mother of one, grandparent of three. I work 2 jobs at 69. I would love to just sit in my rocking chair and knit or just do anything for pleasure. I can't afford to. I receive Social Security and it's not even enough to cover my mortgage. Lesson on re-energies and anything else. I was fortunate enough to pay for my car. You know what, I don't have a car note. But besides myself, I live in a neighborhood where over half the people are senior citizens. They are living on fixed incomes. They are barely eating because of the price of food. They're barely able to go out for any entertainment. You know, they're just not, I say, basically surviving. We help each other out, you know, on a daily with everything. It is ridiculous. If we can get a raise twice a year, we'd probably be okay. But we're seniors, you know. I'm fortunate enough to hold down 2 jobs, and they are both full-time jobs. At my age, I'm 69, not 32. You know, I thank God for the help that I have, but not my neighbors. You know, they're in wheelchairs, they are homebound, they have caregivers. It is sad that they're struggling every month to pay the utilities and barely the rent. So it's a toss-up every month. We're pitching in wherever we can, the other neighbors, to help each other out. I would like for you guys to take under consideration that is more of us out here than it is young people. We need help. We don't need to be taxed anymore.
That's all the appearances I have. Does anyone else wish to comment that hasn't done so yet? No, and there's no one on the Zoom participant list that has not made a comment yet or was asked to make a comment and declined. So that's all the comments we have. I did want to mention that we'll continue to receive written comments up until Monday, October 16th. Those can be filed on the Commission's website or mailed in to us. The details for doing that is on our notice of hearing, which is on the Commission's website, and also you'll see it on our YouTube recording of the hearing. It's going to be at the beginning of the hearing. So that's all we have. Thank you everyone for participating. Really appreciate hearing your comments and insights.
So Michael.
Oh, do I have someone else here?
No, I have already talked to you, but is this really going to make a difference, or is this just?
Sorry, pull off the record. No, we're here to get your comments, and we're going to give those to the commissioners. That's our process, and yeah, they'll review those and consider them when making their decisions. So I appreciate you for chiming in there. So thanks very much. All right, so with that, we're adjourned. Take care, everyone.